Welcome to Unseen Cambridge, a journey through the hidden corners and winding back streets of this remarkable city. Together, we'll uncover the quirky details, forgotten stories, and bits of history that quietly shape the Cambridge we walk through every day. From the Fitzwilliam Museum, a recognisable landmark, our journey into unseen Cambridge begins. Beneath the footsteps of modern Cambridge, Hobson's Conduit still flows, a 17th century waterway that once kept the city alive. Follow the water and it'll take you down Little St. Mary's Lane, a peaceful stretch that feels almost hidden. At the end sits St. Mary's Hostel.
So I'm walking on Little St. Mary's Lane towards this building here on my left, which is called Little St. Mary's Hostel. And the original accommodation for students at the very beginning of Cambridge was not colleges, it was hostels. There were small houses in which there would be one teacher and probably up to 6 students, and they stayed in hostels, not colleges. Later, all that got amalgamated into colleges.
So Peter House is the oldest and also smallest college in Cambridge. It was founded in 1284 by the bishops of Ely. And even though it has been around for more than 700 years, it only started admitting women in 1985. It has been 40 years since they first admitted women, and I happen to be one of them.
Near one of Cambridge's most visited spots, more unseen corners await, each with its own story to tell. Tucked away down a quiet alley, this little shop continues to thrive, not because of passing crowds, but because of something rarer, the loyalty of the Cambridge community. Year after year, familiar faces return, keeping its story alive.
And welcome to S&G Cycles, one of the last remaining independent cycle shops in Cambridge. No flamboyancy here, just good, honest, hard work. And second-hand, lots of repairs.
You might pass these streets every day without a second thought, the familiar rhythm of Cambridge life. But take a moment to turn down Botolph Lane, and you'll find something special. 2 independent gems side by side, one serving the perfect cup of coffee, the other offering shelves of stories waiting to be discovered.
Hello, and I'm Richard Reynolds of Bodies in the Bookshop, and this is one of my favourite books of all time, The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. This is our shop, and at the moment we have a cat window, so that's great fun too. But my top 5 books are obviously The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, Raymond Chandler, The Big Sleep, Josephine Tay, The Daughter of Time, and Leonie Swan, 3 Bags Full, which is about the sheep investigating the death of the shepherd. But we're in St Botolph's Lane, and it's a fantastic day, really lovely.
Across the road, past a friendly local, we come to the Pit Building. Surrounded by unseen beauty that often goes unnoticed in the rush of the city. And that brings us to the end of our first journey. We began at the Grand Fitzwilliam Museum and wandered through Cambridge's winding streets to uncover a few of its hidden treasures. Now, it's time for a well-earned coffee and a moment to rest before we set out to explore another corner of Cambridge. We now arrive at one of Cambridge's most famous landmarks, King's College. But just behind you, tucked away from the crowds, lies St. Edward's Passage. Follow it, and you'll discover a quiet world of independent coffee and bookshops, all gathered around a hidden historic treasure, St. Edward's Church. So, tell me a bit about St. Edward's.
This is the churchyard of St. Edward King and Martyr Church, a small church which is tucked away, and many people don't know of our existence, but it was here at Christmas midnight mass 1525 there was preached the first openly Protestant sermon in England when Robert Barnes launched his denunciation of the medieval church, which led to the English Reformation. Our churchyard is quite small, it's quite hidden away. The church itself was founded before the Norman conquest. We know that because it was a dedication to an English king, Edward, who was murdered at Corfe Castle in Dorset in 978. The oldest part of the church is now the stone tower, which was built about 1160. The rest of the church would have been lath and plaster and a thatched roof, but it was rebuilt in stone about 1380. So this is a historic church, but this being England, very few people seem to know about it or are aware of its great significance in English life and history.
The pair walk quietly through St. Edward's Passage, that narrow historic lane shadowed by the grand frontage of King's College, Cambridge. On their right is the venerable G. David bookseller, trading here since 1896 and still run by the founder's family. A step further and they pass a block of flats whose entrance bears a subtle hint of book lover pride, a carved book motif perched above the doorway, as if silently inviting a closer look. And so, between the bustle of Cambridge's landmark heart and this tucked away alley, they stroll through layers of city life, where independent bookshops, student flats, and centuries of history merge in a surprisingly quiet corner. Leaving the cobbled calm of St. Edward's Passage, we step back into the light of King's Parade, and beyond it, toward our next landmark. But it's not just the destination we're after, it's the hidden traces of Cambridge life that surround it, waiting to be noticed. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more of Cambridge's hidden corners, please like, follow, and leave a comment below. Your support really helps keep Unseen Cambridge exploring. And who knows which streets we'll uncover next.
Thanks, ladies and gentlemen.